Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. So I know I've been gone for a while, but I wanted to do a video real quick just to kind of update as to what's been going on with the channel, why I've been gone, and what's to come in the future actually. So before we get into all that, I want you to come with me. We're actually going to go and I'm going to show you what we call the dead pile. Now, if you're an eBay reseller or reseller of any kind, you know that the dead pile sucks. Basically, it's a bunch of inventory that you haven't got to listing yet, and I'll be quite honest, my dead pile has gotten pretty bad. So we're going to try to tackle some of that today, and as we do it, I'm going to give you some updates about some things that I have planned upcoming for the channel. So all of these totes that you see here, all of this is my dead pile. So where have I been? Well, as you know, I do this part-time, so I don't have a lot of time to do this. And I've had a lot of live stuff come up recently. And more specifically, the live stuff that I'm talking about is we're going to be having another baby, which is super exciting. We're very happy about it. It's something we've been working on, but it also means I got a lot of work to do because the room that I used to use as my supply room, that's going to be my oldest son's room, and the baby's going to take over his room. So I got to convert all this now. So some things that I've been thinking about doing if I wanted to keep being a reseller, which I pretty much do, is I'm looking into getting a storage unit that I can keep all of my supplies, all of my inventory, my dead stock, all that in that storage unit. So that's something I'm going to be looking into in the upcoming months. As for now, we're going to start trying to tackle some of this. And if I remember correctly, yep, it's going to be a bunch of posters, which the goal today is going to be get all of this that I want to sell listed, and I'm not going to sell this one, and I'll tell you why in just a second. So if you saw a couple videos ago, I bought this entire bin of posters for like $10 or something like that, and I'm actually going to put all of this towards our $1 challenge, which is another thing I need to address in today's video. So like I said, all of this is temporary. I've actually never listed in this room before, but I have some nice natural sunlight coming in, and that's always important when taking pictures. I've actually never sold posters before, believe it or not, and so I'm really excited. There's a challenge with this because you can see there's some ripples in it, so I'm going to have to include that it's been rolled up. Also, I decided I was just going to take these little clips and attach them to the bed, and I'm going to show you guys how I use AI whenever I'm listing things. So first up here, I'm just going to open my eBay app. Click on this camera. We're going to take a picture of the item that we're wanting to sell. It brings up a bunch of sold listings, and I'm not seeing a comparable one. So we're going to actually input it in and see what we can't find. So after looking up Clyde Drexler Blastoff, I couldn't find an exact copy of one that has sold, but I did see a couple like this one that sold for $17.99. So we're going to go ahead and use that as our template. So we updated the template. We changed it from the Trailblazers to the Houston Rockets. We changed the size on it because this one's actually larger than the one that we are using the template off of. We made sure our specifics were good, and now I'm going to show you what I use AI for. Next, you can see here where we took the pictures. We're going to hit done. It's going to load them all up. We're going to click on our main picture here, these three little dots, click edit. And now we're going to click this little button here. And as you can tell, it cropped it out, and we're going to make our background a studio background. And I personally like to use the gray filter, so we're going to go to edit scene here at the bottom, change our color to gray, hit generate, and we'll generate this with a gray background. And I'm going to pick the one that I think makes it stand out the most. And we're going to go with, I kind of like this one. So it's going to generate up, and then we're going to crop this picture. We hit apply, we hit crop, and now we're just going to crop this picture so that it's actually standing out more whenever it's listed, and we're going to hit apply. So now you can see this has been applied. One of the problems with using this AI interface on eBay is that sometimes when you do things like put your measurements up next to the item and you click on this, you can, I don't know if you can tell here, but it blurred out the measuring stick, and I want that to stay. So what we're going to do is we're just going to leave this as is because I want people to be able to see that this poster is the measurement that I included in the listing. Okay with this because the main thing I want is for people to see this as the main picture and this be what draws them to click on the listing. So now that we're done making all the pictures that we want to have the AI background, we're going to click done. It's going to bring us back to the screen. And now we're going to go to our description. And you see here it says new, list faster with AI. And this is one of my favorite things because I don't like sitting here making a description. I hit use AI description and it says this product. I'll let you read it if you want to pause the video and read it. But I'll just go through here and I'll make any changes to this that I may need. A lot of times I've found that if you're using a template, you need to go in here and make sure that this description matches what you have updated on your listing. So a perfect example of what I mean by that is you can see right here it lists it as being with the Houston Rockets, but it's still using the template listing of with Drexier in his Portland Trailblazers uniform. So I got to make sure that's taken out, and I need to go back and double check that nowhere in the listing does it have him as a Portland Trailblazer. So after proofreading it, I added a little note and I say this item has been rolled up in storage and has slight creases on it, which I believe will come out over time when displayed. There's also a tear on the bottom of the poster. This item is used. If you have questions about this item, please reach out to me before purchasing. I'll respond quickly and do not initiate refunds. Thank you. Now, I include something along those lines to every listing that I put up, mainly because it's actually helped me with refunds. People will reach out and ask me something specific, and I can tell them. And 9 times out of 10, they end up buying the item. And the truth is, I do still initiate refunds, but if this keeps me from having to deal with anybody that I think is trying to be, let's just say disingenuous. So we're going to list this item at $19.75, and we will accept offers, and we'll just see how it does. Shipping, I went ahead and put in the weight of it, and down here, promote listing, I am going to do, and I'm going to select a custom ad rate. And we'll just do like, I don't know, 5%. I also always donate a portion of anything I sell to charity. And we're going to donate to Cure International. And we're going to donate at least 10%. And we're going to list our item. If you have questions about Cure International and why I donate to charity, comment down below. I'll be more than happy to talk about it. So, what about the $1 challenge? Now, I'm going to be honest. I'm a little bit disappointed in myself because I have not been keeping up with that near as good as I should have been. And so I really need to sit down and I need to go over everything that I have bought and sold to get a up-to-date price on where we stand with it. But that being said, it's really important that I get up to date on that because next week I have some pretty big plans. So twice a year, the state of Texas has what I used to think was the largest garage sale in the United States, but I don't know. Basically, there's a Highway 82 sale that goes from one side of Texas all the way to the other side of Texas. And I'm going to hit up a very large portion of that highway garage sale with my mom. And it's going to be a lot of fun because... All right, I'm sorry. I don't know where that came from. So growing up, we didn't have a lot. And so a lot of my time spent with my mom, quality time, was going out to garage sales and flea markets. And that's what I did with her. And that's what I did with my grandma, who's no longer with me. And so it's going to be really nice to do something that I love to do with somebody that I love. And I'm really looking forward to it. And I'm looking forward to doing all of this that I've started doing and sharing that with her. So the fun thing is you guys get to come along and you're going to get to see this huge garage sale that spans over all of Texas, at least half of it. Which in a way brings me to this poster because, as I mentioned earlier, I'm not going to sell this one. And the reason why is because my son has actually really gotten into Power Rangers. And as we're in the process of moving him into this new room, he wants to do it in a video game theme style, and I'm going to make it like a full-on 90s style kind of arcade. Basically the room that every kid in our generation grew up wanting, and this poster is definitely going to be in his room because it will just fit right into like the 90s neon and all that type of stuff. So I think he's going to be really excited for this because he's really into Power Rangers right now. And you've heard me say a lot of times on this YouTube channel that I got into thrifting because of stuff like this, collecting stuff like this. And so now it's kind of cool to go out and find something that my son has now fallen in love with, and you know, it was something that I loved as a child as well. And so it's really cool to see that happen naturally, and it wasn't anything that, you know, I pushed onto him. And the other thing is, if you're doing this, you can't lose while you do it, and it's for fun. And I just really wanted to, you know, share with you, don't forget to have fun while you're out thrifting, hitting up garage sales, and look for stuff that you yourself want to keep or give to somebody. And, you know, just don't lose that. Plus, it's only worth like $20. So the look on my son's face when I give him this is going to be worth way more to me than what $20 is. So now we're just going to tackle the rest of this dead pile and see where we can get on it. And hopefully I can get all of it knocked out today. But if I don't, I don't. Thank you to all the people that have subscribed to the channel. I really hope that whenever we go up for this huge highway sale, we come across a bunch of cool stuff. But even if we don't, my mom doesn't want to be on camera, which I think in itself is going to make for some pretty funny content. And, you know, I'm just excited to share that and the experience that I have with her with you guys. If you enjoyed the video, let me know if there's anything about it you like, maybe even just like the process of listing stuff on eBay. I don't know why you would want to see stuff like that, but if you do, let me know. Until then, keep thrifting and flipping. Peace. Games profit triple, we trip. Selling like Fleck Flair.